still remember that it was exactly 4 years ago that Elon Musk, with a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket, launched a test mission with a very unique and special cargo on board? It was Elon Musk's own cherry red Tesla Roadster from 2008. And in the Roadster, Elon placed a spacesuit-clad dummy named Starman in the driver's seat.
You don't think anybody's, like when SpaceX shoots rockets off into space, or when, Amazon has a rocket company now, these guys are going to be able to launch satellites and...
I just need proof. It may be real, it may not be real, but I need some proof. I need some irrefutable evidence. Otherwise, why do I have to believe it? When he claimed to launch a Tesla... Did you see that footage?
The actual Tesla in space?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
You can't just buy that, dude. The first thing Elon Musk said on his press conference, well, I think it's impossible and ridiculous. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. That's the opposite of logic. There's no explanation. I need evidence. When you see that Tesla that they launched and you see how fake it looks.
But just because something doesn't look real doesn't mean it's fake.
But it doesn't mean it's real.
Goodbye, moon man. You say goodbye, moon man. Goodbye, moon man. Goodbye, moon man.
I never thought I'd say this, but sometimes holograms miss the point.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds.
What if Apollo astronaut Buzz Aldrin told you the moon landings didn't happen?
What was the
Would you still
scariest
believe?
moment of the journey?
Scariest. It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Should have been.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
T-minus 15 seconds. The sound suppression water system has been activated.
CLS is go for main engine start.
We have a go for main engine start. And we have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery, celebrating its 25th birthday by racking up science and supplies to the space station.
Houston now controlling the midnight ride of Rick Sturckow and his crew to the International Space Station. Discovery rolling onto the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Outpost.
T-minus 15 seconds. The sound suppression water system has been activated.
CLS is go for main start.
We have a go for main engine start. 2, 1. And we have 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 main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery, celebrating its 25th birthday by racking up science and supplies to the space station. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery, celebrating its 25th birthday by racking up science and supplies to the space station.
Houston now controlling the midnight ride of Rick Sturckow and his crew to the International Space Station. Discovery rolling onto the proper alignment. Discovery rolling onto the proper alignment. Discovery rolling onto the proper alignment. Sturckow and his crew to the International Space Station. Discovery rolling onto the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Outpost.
2, 1, 8, 7, 6, start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of it.
7 seconds into the flight. Engines beginning to rev up. Standing by, full throttle on call for countdown. Solid rocket booster separation confirmed. Guidance now converging. Discovery's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzle. Nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Sound good.
It must be about 3,000 feet up now, I'd say. Wow, look at that.
What if an astronaut lost his glove in space? What would happen to his arm? Now don't try this. I did a fair amount of research beforehand to figure out the amount of time that would be safe to try this. Okay, my hand in a vacuum chamber. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. Okay, it's really sucking. Whoa, look. That was only for a few seconds and not even that low of a vacuum. You can see already the blood starting to come out and my hand starting to swell. Wow. That is some crazy stuff. So astronauts, don't take your gloves off.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Cody's Lab. So in this video I'm going to be igniting several different materials inside of a vacuum chamber. But first I'm going to be starting with some brown paper at normal Earth atmosphere. As you can see, I'm lighting it with my laser and I'm easily able to ignite it. Okay, let's close the door, pump out the air, see what difference it makes. Now that most of the air is gone, let's shoot it with the laser again and see if it still ignites. As you can see, there is no ignition. Which makes sense, because I've removed almost all of the oxygen. I still see smoke though. In fact, so let's get a closer look at that. Here you go, safety first. Just put on some laser safety goggles onto the camera so you can see it a little bit better. Paper failed to burn because it didn't have any oxygen, so how about something that has its own oxidizer, such as gunpowder? You see, this is a mixture of charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate. When heated, the potassium nitrate gives off oxygen, which the sulfur and charcoal uses to burn. So I've got a little bit sitting in there. Let's apply the laser goggles, and let's light it off. First in the atmosphere, and then in the vacuum. Okay, as you can see, it produced lots of smoke and burned rather quickly. Most of the air is now gone. Let's see what happens. The gunpowder did not ignite. I saw some smoke coming off of it, so I know it burned a little. Let's try again more in the center of the pile. And that's it. And so I'm going to be burning some rocket candy. This is a mixture of sugar, potassium nitrate, and iron oxide. This is used in amateur rockets because the ingredients are readily available and the amount of thrust it produces is quite high. So let's light this on fire and see how it does. So this is in Earth atmosphere. As you can see, it burns rather rapidly, producing a little bit of thrust even. As you can see towards the end, it moved it around. So now let's try it inside of a vacuum. No ignition. That's interesting. I did see some little poofs as it tried to burn, but it was unable to sustain itself. Yes, that's a little bit more volatile than gunpowder is. Acetone peroxide in vacuum in 3, 2, 1. It still didn't burn. I'm actually disappointed. It needs something to confine it in order to get it to burn and then eventually explode. And at atmospheric pressure, the atmosphere does it, but in the vacuum, there's nothing there. So far, nothing I've tried has been successful, but I was thinking about it, and everything I've tried up to this point has produced gases as a product of its combustion. So I thought, what if I tried something that didn't produce gases? How about some thermite? This is a mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. Well, normally this is actually magnesium powder because I didn't have any aluminum on hand. But the idea here is that the reaction will not produce gases. It might make a little bit, but primarily the product of the reaction is going to be molten iron. And molten iron, of course, you know, it's not a gas, so it's not going to leave as quickly, so maybe it can help chain the reaction along. So let's test this out. This is a thermite reaction in Earth's atmosphere. Here we go. That burned up. I can see that there's little bits of iron, some magnesium oxide floating around. A little bit of smoke, but again, that's probably just from contaminants that burned up. So there we go. Let's try it in the vacuum. I did not get an ignition. I see pieces flying all over the place, but none are actually igniting.
Look at this. Look at this. People actually believe that there is a car floating around out in space.
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
This is live on the air, okay? I'm going to zoom in on the Earth in Photoshop. You see the Earth? Okay, I'm going to go to Image, Adjust, Levels, and I'm going to bring the levels up. Uh-oh. What is that? Why is there a square box around the Earth?
It is Photoshop, but it's has to be. It is Photoshop, but it's has to be.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Let's use this model of the Earth. And let's enlist the help of a friend, Patsy. You might know her.
Next segment, I'm going to show you how NASA grabs objects in 3D space, rotates them around, manipulates them. They can do this with water, with cloth, anything. And the cool thing about it is we can take what they're doing, what they're seeing with their contact virtual reality augmented lenses, and put that on a separate video layer live. Okay, I have a lot of Tim Peake screw-ups, but this one here, the system glitches, the software does not track his hand properly, and Tim slips his hand underneath his other fingers, which is tightly holding onto the mic, which would be impossible.
you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Just another example of NASA faking space. Let's take a look here at this supposed image of Jupiter. Nothing more than CGI fakery. The supposed auroras. Again, at NASA's official website where it states Hubble captures vivid auroras in Jupiter's atmosphere. Here's the problem. The date of June 30th, 2016. Now take a look at this. Another so-called official image of Jupiter. This one's from back in 2014. You see the problem here? Now let's take a closer look at the supposed two images provided from NASA of Jupiter. All the clouds are in the same exact position. Here's a side-by-side. People can't see what's taking place here with NASA. Nothing more than fakery. I mean, give me a break. This is a complete insult. You have a brain in your head.
Like you're in a studio, maybe in Omaha, Nebraska or something. The shot is so clear. Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
I don't know. We're going to have to do something for you.
I want to do it. I know. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Watch this. Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
Can you do a somersault right now?
Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
See the hair? See the hair?
And they just start making stuff up. Yeah. Like that Neil Armstrong guy. Have you seen him on the talk shows?
Neil Armstrong, you mean the first man to walk on the moon?
Talk about a fish story.
Yeah.
Man, and they're buying it.
Oh, yeah.
So many times during spacewalks outside the International Space Station, we can see air bubbles rising up. Can you touch on how there are air bubbles in space?
Can you be more specific? Air bubbles?
So yeah, like a lot of times during the footage, the NASA footage, you can see bubbles coming up out of the helmets or kind of from underneath you. How do you explain bubbles in space?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Now sometimes you get water in the helmet, and it comes either from sweat or from the cooling garments, and that's generally what that is. I've never seen any kind of air bubble anywhere.
Could it be that you're filming in an underwater pool and you're not really out there?
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
In 1986, the shuttle Challenger exploded about 74 seconds after takeoff, killing all 7 astronauts inside. Or did it? It turns out that 6 of the 7 are still alive and kicking today. Ellison Onizuka claims to be his identical twin brother, Claude. Yeah, I've got an identical twin brother, Claude, too. The Challenger pilot, Mickey Smith, hasn't even bothered changing his name. He's now Professor Michael J. Smith of University of Wisconsin. Now, Krista McAuliffe was a bit of a sneaky one. She was the Challenger payload specialist, quite famous for being a teacher. It turns out during her astronaut days she was using her middle name, Krista, and now she goes by her first name, Sharon. The Challenger commander, Francis Richard Scobie, is now Dick Scobie, which sounds like a rather unpleasant disease. Judith Resnick, the Challenger mission specialist, again hasn't even bothered changing her name. She's a professor at Yale Law. And finally, Ronald McNair, another Challenger mission specialist, claims to be his identical twin brother, Carl McNair. What are the odds?
So there I was, just minding my own business, looking at Google Earth, and this big, snow-covered monstrosity is staring me in the face like, why is that covered in snow? So I keep digging a little bit deeper, and I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I say, oh, images, what are they? Well, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. The only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they pay somebody $150,000 a year to put on there. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the... Yeah. So, get into the truck. Oh yeah, it says NASA. What's that say? Mars Project? I think I found out where Mars is, guys.
At some point in the future, we're going to look back and say, how did we do it without space?
The kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit.
Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore.
As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belt, an area of dangerous radiation. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
There's a small problem with going to the moon, and inch by inch, NASA is leaking out that they know that there's a problem there. It's called the Van Allen belts, high radiation belts of charged particles around Earth, and we don't know how to get through them, they say. Well, isn't that interesting, because there sure didn't seem to be a problem back in 1969.
The moon landing stopped in 1972 and we haven't been back. We haven't been beyond the Van Allen belts.
NASA admitted that it had lost the original footage of man's first steps on the moon.
Go to YouTube and watch A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon. It contains newly discovered evidence, which is part of the missing tapes, of outtakes from the first mission to the moon, of them falsifying a shot of being halfway to the moon.
For NASA to come out and say that all the tapes were erased, I mean, it's incredible. Geraldo, this isn't just one tape. This is rooms of tape labeled Apollo 11 moon landing. Someone had to physically go and erase it. It's very challenging to try to prove we landed on the moon, and it shouldn't be challenging. The tape should be there. There should be plenty of evidence.
I mean, it's proof right there. This is an official NASA photo of the first Apollo 11 lunar module landing on the moon. I mean, it's right there. This is proof, man. It's the picture's right there. It's landing on the moon. But the only problem I have with this picture is that it's taken from the moon. People who believe they saw the landing on the moon because they heard it on the radio.
Here's a picture of the InSat actually being deployed from the spacecraft.
Did you see it in the background? There was a guy in the background, man. I'm not kidding you. You can't deny that that's someone in the background. There's a guy moving in the background.
And I'll tell you, just if nothing else, here's why you can tell they're not fake. Just to create the paperwork, that amount of paperwork would make faking it prohibitively expensive. No one could afford to generate that much documentation.
All of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. Across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
My research of the last year has led me to the conclusion that not even low Earth orbit is possible, that the International Space Station is a hoax, and all manned space travel is fake. First though, let's have a look at the International Space Station. I want to talk about some of the anomalies I see there. For the inside of the International Space Station, there are a couple of zero-gravity tricks that they use to fake it. The first is they have a complete mock-up of the International Space Station built on the inside of an airplane. And that airplane does a bunch of rises and falls. It does an upside-down parabolic trajectory, and that simulates zero gravity. The other main way they simulate the zero gravity is with suspension in front of a blue screen. And they use that trick for extended periods of time, for longer than 45-second segments. But they can't move around as much. They can't do the acrobatic flips and rolls in the extended mode. So there's full motion mode where they can fully move around, and that's faked in plane. And then there's suspended or extended mode where they're suspended by wires in front of a blue screen. They don't move around as much, but they can make the scene last for a longer period of time. The extended mode is much quieter than the full motion mode. In full motion mode, you can actually hear the sound of the jet engines, the engines of the airplane. In every single scene of full motion mode, in every segment of the International Space Station, you can hear this loud sound, the sound of jet engines. You could argue that it's the air conditioning system. Not even an office air conditioner is that loud. And why is there a loud sound in every segment of the International Space Station?
Mr. Armstrong, Bart Sibrel, ABC Digital. Wanted to give you the opportunity to swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon. Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon? You have $5,000 cash. You can give it to charity if you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon. I have the tape.
It'd be fine.
Why don't you swear to... Why not? Why won't you do it?
The Earth supposedly 23.4 degrees on its axis. And that leaves you, of course, the ecliptic number, again, 66.6 degrees off. Well, Earth is supposedly orbiting around the Sun at 66,600 miles an hour.
You don't think the moon landing is real?
No, I don't. No. Do you?
Yeah.
Why do you think the moon landing is real? Why don't you tell me why?
I saw it on television.
Oh, you're a genius. Oh, beep that.
Okay, we'll bleep it. We'll bleep it. No, it's okay. We got
That's
it.
genius. You saw it on TV? That's awesome. I'm going to show you some CGI. I'm going to show you King Kong. I saw that on TV, too. There's an 80-foot gorilla. He's running around kidnapping white chicks. You should check it out. 1972 was the last time a human being has been through the Van Allen radiation belt. 1972. That's the last time. There's been only 7 trips ever that human beings have ever gone past 400 miles. Every single space station mission, every space shuttle, every satellite, all of those are inside the protective Van Allen radiation belts, which start at 1,000 miles. They go from 1,000 miles to, depending on who you ask, if you ask NASA, 24,000 miles. If you ask James Van Allen, the guy who discovered it, it's 67,000 miles of intense radiation that's in a gigantic donut band that covers around the Earth. Now, even if you got outside of that band, you have to deal with solar cycles. There's the apex of a 20-year solar cycle was between 1969 and 1972. All the time when these guys are making those missions. Any one of those guys out there in those tiny little aluminum shielded crafts would have been killed instantly during any solar flare.
With the advent of commercial space travel, which seems inevitable. Seems inevitable.
Been here once before.
Nice to meet you. Good, how are you?
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Welcome to MCC.
Thank you. Awesome.
That's a Tulsa cupola that you want to and that's a picture of Washington.
Been here once before. Been here once before.
Say that you care. If you say you love me madly, I'd gladly be there, like a puppet on a string. Love is just like a merry-go-round, with all the fun of the fair. One day I'm feeling down on the ground, then I'm up in the air. Say madly, I'd gladly be there like a puppet on a string. I wonder if one day that you'll say that you care. If you say you love me madly, I'd gladly be there like a puppet on a string. Like a puppet on a string.
Hello, it's me. You know, indoctrination started while we were still naive, programming our beliefs. And that inertia is the reason we don't feel the earth spinning. Hello, can you hear me? Did you ever stop to question the confession of gravity as a theory? Funny thing, force alone can be explained with buoyancy and density. The sun is closer than what they've told us, not 90 million miles away. Hello from the inside, I'm here to tell you not to lie, and there never was a space probe, and those planets you float so wandering stars, Operation Fishbowl, there never was a South Pole. We're surrounded by walls of ice, and we clearly live inside of a glass door.
Assembly building of the LEM. Stanley Kubrick and I have set ourselves several objectives. We hope to convey to the public the wonder and beauty and promise of the new age of exploration which is opening up before the human race.
Arthur, here we are on the LEM ship, and one can almost imagine we're on our way to the moon, or we've arrived at the moon, as a matter of fact.
Can you believe it? Can you realize that you and I, that all of us, have actually begun the exploration of another world? We have taken the first historic step into our solar system.
Take one.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Take two.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We, the crew of Apollo 11, are privileged to represent the United States in our first attempt to take man to another heavenly body.
Man walks on the moon. Man walks on the moon. The first man from Earth walked on the surface of the moon this morning, and the suspense here in London is unbelievable.
Hello, Apollo 11, Houston.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming down the ladder now.
Okay, Neil, we can see you coming. Yeah, I'm going to step off the LEM now.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
That would be an honor.
Go ahead, Mr. President. This is Houston out.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House. And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made in the whole history of man. All the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done. and one in our prayers that you will return safely to Earth.
Presented by NASA, the National.
US 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. We have liftoff. All teams, triage alerts, please. FC2, please prepare for section 35. OSC, FC1, LVN.
T plus 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Starship has transitioned. It's flipped to the horizontal mode, beginning the descent back to the landing zone. Coming up on 5 minutes, 45 seconds, we're down below 2 kilometers. We're preparing to light 3 Raptor engines to begin the flip sequence. It'll culminate with landing on the landing pad in Boca Chica. T plus 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Starship has transitioned. It's flipped to the horizontal mode, beginning the descent back to the landing zone. Coming up on 5 minutes, 45 seconds, we're down below 2 kilometers. We're preparing to light 3 Raptor engines to begin the flip sequence. It'll culminate with landing on the landing pad in Boca Chica.
Didn't know what time it was, the lights were low. Oh, oh. I leaned back on my radio. Oh, oh. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll, not a soul said. Then the loud sound, it seemed to fade. Came back like a slow voice on a wave of fade. That had no DJ, that was
Booster ignition.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Let all the children boogie. Switch on the TV, we may pick him up on channel 2. Look out your window, I can see his light.
Coming up on bearing separation.
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's wrong with what he told us. Let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie. Starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all with what he told us. Let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children
WikiLeaks has released more classified documents than the rest of the world's media combined.
Picking up the wound. Energetic information engaged. Light them all up.
You want to be in pictures.
That's the best. Let's say it's another one to Fred. I think that's awfully good. That one and the one before it was pretty good. Do we have about 15 seconds? Oh yeah, you got a lot of time there.
I claim this land in the name of...
What do you got now? Now move. Cut it. Ready? And action. Cut it, Jim. There you go. Quit that. Good for. He needs to go off this mark.
Once more, please.
Otherwise, he, let me walk it. Tell me. I don't want back in the middle of it. Here's what we really need is for him to go to his left and then kind of veer back. Is that right?
No lights on the car. No lights. One more right away.
Head slate. Exactly right, and it has to be, we have to be high enough so that we've got you against blue sky and not against Earth as you're coming in. You're coming in a descending approach as you get in.
Over. We can rehearse it. Said, go back and we'll rehearse it and see how it looks.
Okay.
Ready? And action.
Absolutely.
Quiet.
Absolutely on me.
Ready?
And action. Ready and turn.
Use the second marker there.
Love you, nice Well, this is a hell of a time not to.
That's right.
We're in a little deep now,
right.
fella, let me tell you.
We're rolling.
Alright, stand by, here we go. Marker? Yeah. Right now, Jim, that was better.
Forget it. Wait a minute.
Sorry. The third beat. Okay. Took you a third.
Boy, Houston, the beauty of this place is just absolutely incredible. There's another spectacular view. The pilot who missed the crater. Watch out. Watch out, John.
Ready?
And action.
Let's say it's another one to print. I think that's awfully good.
Did they use clap sticks on this one? Be a mic tap hit.
Big.
action.
What the feelings of the Apollo program are, and the symbol of mankind that we can live in peace and harmony in the future.
I didn't kick him all the way in. Rather than even say anything about the, I like to keep this stuff to an absolute minimum.
Peter has...
coming up now, I'll tell you I'm off the ground.
Head slate. Go on ahead.
But he didn't land there. He landed in the field.
Okay, you can be the biplane coming overhead about 300 feet.
The third seat. Okay. Cut the third.
Tail slate coming up right now.
Right now. Jim, that was better. Our rehearsal, guys. All right, this is just rehearsal. Ready and action.
Altitude's a little high.
I think it's been almost 10 years since you've been trying to do this. Pitch forward, get a really good view of the
You're looking great. Coming up 9 minutes. Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet.
Peter has put a mark back there where he wants you to land.
What's it look like now? 5.5 pounds.
It's a tire.
Nine forward. Forward.
Is this a good spot, Mr. Nell? There. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, control 1,000. Command override off. Engine arm on.
We're home.
413 is in.
Man on the moon.
Okay. Ready and action.
What do you think?
Well, it's not a good idea, but
What were you going to do?
Ready? And action. Ready, and turn.
Right now. Jim, that was better.
Forget it. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This is this shot, right? Only then, what are you going to move around another master before you get in closer?
Oh no, this sequence right here. Now move
Yes.
the two shot of you, picks it up from there, and then moving it to the four shot that comes back.
Pan tam był. Czy Ziemia rzeczywiście jest kulą zawieszoną w kosmosie?
Jest płaska. Tak jak oczekują i nie spodziewałem się co prawda tego pytania, ale zapewniam pana, że jest płaska.
Generał Mirosław Hermaszewski, jak dotąd pierwszy i ostatni Polak, który odbył lot orbitalny. Dziękuję serdecznie za rozmowę.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.